Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be my TV and movie wrap up for September and October. I watched 6 movies and 1 TV show. I watched some Halloween themed movies and TV show, so I'm very happy that I got a little seasonal because I feel like I never really watch Halloween movies. I usually watch a bunch of Christmas stuff, but I never really watch Halloween / like fall type of TV shows and movies, so I'm happy I finally did that this year. I also found a new favorite TV show, which I'm very happy about, so I'm going to start with all the movies first, and then I will leave the TV show for last. So I started off September rewatching After We Collided. This is the second After movie. I rewatched this with my friends. We were going to go see After We're Happy in theaters, so we were slowly rewatching them all together. However, by the time we got to wanting to rewatch After We're Happy, it was already out of theaters. But anyways, I rewatched this with my friends and I still have it at a 2-star. I do not like this movie. I talked about it more in my last wrap-up, so I'll link that down below. But yeah, this is my least favorite movie in the franchise. Then I watched the next 365 Days. This is the third movie in this franchise, and this I gave a 1/2 star. I cannot bring myself to even give this a full star rating. It truly does not deserve it. I just don't understand how these movies get worse and worse. You would think that they have like a higher budget and stuff, that they would actually try to make the movies make sense, but I just feel like they kept getting worse. It's crazy to me how the first movie makes more sense to me than the last 2. I honestly could not even tell you what happens in this movie. I just feel like all it was like music montages and then like sex montages, and that's literally it. The only plot really of this movie is for Laura to decide who she wants. She definitely has more scenes with her best friend and more dialogue with her friend than any other character. Nacho and Massimo, she barely has any conversations with, which I just think is so funny. It's not like I expect this movie or this franchise to make sense and to have a plot, but it just doesn't make sense and it's just kind of pointless. I don't really understand why Netflix invests their money in this because it just is pointless and kind of a waste of money. I don't know. And I don't know if there's going to be a 4th movie because there was kind of a cliffhanger at the end of this 3rd movie. Is there a 4th book? I don't even know. I haven't looked any of that up. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say about this movie other than it is the worst movie I have ever seen. And I watch a lot of bad movies, but this is bad. This whole franchise is awful. Then I watched Practical Magic, which I gave 3 out of 5 stars. This is a fun movie. It kind of made me a little emotional at times. I don't know why. I did expect a little bit more magical elements from it. I feel like it wasn't super magic heavy, and there was kind of like one big magic scene towards kind of the end, I guess. I enjoyed the romantic storyline. I mean, there's kind of like 2 romances and I enjoyed both of them. I do think the plot was interesting and all of the characters were great. Obviously, the acting was fantastic and I loved the sets and the outfits, and I am obsessed with the house. The house I love, and I want my kitchen to be exactly like their kitchen. Even though I love green kitchens, I want like a very white, vintage, farm style, like old kitchen. The movie was very atmospheric and very fun, and I did enjoy it. The CGI was kind of bad, but this is a little bit of an older movie, so of course, it's not going to be amazing. Then I finally watched The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I gave a 3.5 out of 5 stars. This is another older movie that I had never watched before, and I knew I wanted to save it for Halloween time, and I am so happy I finally watched it. This was a really fun movie. I loved the animation style, and I loved the voice actors and just the overall vibe and feeling of the movie. I honestly don't have much to say about this movie other than I really liked it. I do wish there was a little bit more of a romantic development between Jack and Sally. That lacked a little bit for me, but that's just because I am a hardcore romance fan, but other than that, this movie was great. And I'm so happy I finally watched it, and now I get all the references, and I can definitely see myself rewatching this every October. And then the last movie that I watched was Hocus Pocus, which I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. I'd put up my October reading plans video, and I casually mentioned some movies and TV shows that I wanted to watch in October. And everybody was saying that I should watch Hocus Pocus if I haven't already, and that Hocus Pocus is a must watch. It's a must see for Halloween. I had never really had any interest in watching Hocus Pocus. Obviously, I knew the second movie was coming out, but I had no interest in ever watching it. But everybody told me to watch it, and, you know, I felt pressured, and honestly, I didn't really love it. I feel like this is a movie that you have to watch as a kid. I feel like a lot of people watched this movie when they were very young and grew attached to it, and it's like their favorite Halloween movie. However, as a 26-year-old, this movie just did nothing for me. I didn't really enjoy it that much. The acting from the 3 Sanderson sisters was great. I enjoyed all of their performances, and I loved their costumes, and I did like the vibe of the movie. The kids were just boring, and honestly, like, I didn't care about them whatsoever. It's nice to know some of the references and quotes from this movie now to, like, see them, but other than that, I honestly didn't need to see this movie, and I probably am not going to watch the second movie. I just don't care that much to watch it. I don't know. This is definitely a type of movie I should have watched as a kid, because I probably would have liked it a lot more then versus now. And the one TV show that I watched in the last 2 months was What We Do in the Shadows. I watched all 4 seasons, and I gave them all 4 out of 5 stars. If you're not familiar with the show, it is a look into the daily, or rather nightly, lives of 4 vampires who've lived together for over 100 years on Staten Island. This is based on the movie, which I have never seen the movie. I don't know if I want to watch it now. I am obsessed with the show. I think it is so funny, so unique, and I'm so happy I watched it around this time, because it is the perfect show to watch around the spooky season. It's a very addicting show. Like, I couldn't stop watching it. I just had to keep watching all the time. I loved the whole setting and the whole vibe of the show and the costumes. It's very atmospheric, and I love how they dress very old, even though it's in a very current setting. What We Do in the Shadows is definitely my type of humor. I love really like dry, sarcastic, weird, at times immature humor, and this show definitely has that. There was also a lot of great celebrity cameos in this show, which I loved. I will say in season 4, the whole storyline surrounding Colin was kind of annoying. I didn't really love that storyline. I feel like that's the one thing I didn't love about this show, but I'm excited to see where it goes in the 5th season. I'm so obsessed with the show. I'm so happy I finally watched it, and I can't wait for the next seasons. So that was everything that I watched in the last 2 months. Let me know what you have been watching recently, and if you have any recommendations for me. I'm definitely really excited to start watching some Christmas and holiday movies and TV shows, although I don't know if I've ever watched a like Christmas TV show, but I'm definitely excited to rewatch some Christmas movies. If you have any good recommendations for Christmas and holiday TV shows or movies, please leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!